Almost 5 years since I gave up alcohol, and I got to write about that today for USA Today. You know that during the pandemic, the rate of alcohol use among women with children under 5 increased by 323%, which is far higher than any other demographic in the entire country. Kids were 2 and 4 in 2020, so I was squarely in the middle of that demographic. I tried to quit drinking before, but when the pandemic hit, I ended up drinking again, but quickly things went back to a toxic normal that led me to realize I've got to quit drinking for good. Since 2020, there have been 2 groups that have been sort of leading the way for giving up alcohol. One of those groups is women, and one of those groups is Gen Z, partly because of research and evidence showing how awful alcohol is for our systems, even in small amounts. Recently, the American Cancer Association found that more than 5% of cancers in the United States can be attributed to alcohol use. The 2025 U.S. Surgeon General's report said alcohol is the leading preventable cause of cancer. The leading preventable cause of cancer. Are we listening yet? Has become obsessed with getting toxics out of our food and out of our products. Why are we not becoming as equally obsessed with getting it out of our bodies via alcohol? Because if you're worried about toxins in the body, it's laughable not to start with eliminating alcohol. Women, it's even more than that. These are especially vulnerable. Damage more quickly and disrupts hormonal imbalance. We have had rising infertility for years now, and the hidden harms of alcohol and toxic foods have bombarded our bodies with awful things that are having dismal results. And for a lot of us, there's something else. It's the personal aspect. Personally, I was there when I watched my grandfather take his last breath when he died of liver disease. So watched my husband struggle with PTSD and bipolar disorder and many, many effects of growing up in a home where alcoholism ruled the roost. I began to watch myself become someone I didn't want to be as a mom that was drinking to cope with life. While family members go to rehab, I saw the data about alcohol fueled cancer. My sleep was awful. It was straining my marriage. I had increased anxiety. And I decided this isn't something I want for my life, and it's not something I want to pass down to my kids. And the pandemic and the years that followed, they reshaped every part of our lives. Our work, our marriages, our family, our health. The negative consequences of that are going to linger for decades. Americans, like me, like you, continue to drink less. That shift could stand as one profoundly positive outcome of the pandemic, one that will reverberate for generations to come. You might be familiar with the Colleen Hoover book, It Ends With Us. Yes, it was made into a movie with Blake Lively. But that title has served as sort of a mission statement for me as I continue to pursue an alcohol-free lifestyle. Because after watching my grandfather die of alcoholism, another grandfather suffer from alcoholism, and watching my husband's mother literally ruin their lives and ruin her own with alcohol, and then seeing it across society, how it ruins families and so many other parts of who we are, I said, this ends with us. We're not passing this down to the next generation. It ends with us. And that book was about domestic violence, and this is about alcoholism. But either way, I'm not going to pass that down to my kids, and I hope you'll consider the same. You can read my full article at USA Today. I will put the link in the caption. And thank you for listening.